Meghan and Harry, I thought they had a good festive period, didn't they?
Well, they had a very successful Spotify podcast.
Yeah.
Their Archie podcast.
Have we got that gut-wrenching bit where they bring him a little kid, they're so desperate to protect his privacy, they use him to flog their podcast.
I'm so sorry. I mentioned Meghan because I thought it was a nice moment that Dame Joan Collins was very generous about.
Did you not listen when Ginge,
and I realise it's actually triggered you. Sorry.
When Ginge and Cringe did their podcast.
It's a terrible.
It's their new nickname, Ginge and Cringe. Well, you've got Ginge here, and she makes me cringe. But when they did the Spotify thing, and little Archie was brought in to flog it with his laughter, did it not make you go, oh?
No.
Not at all?
No.
Not at all? Even after all we've got to leave the country to protect his privacy?
No, but the thing
and now
is...
the moment we've signed a big money deal for Spotify, we're going to use him to flog our podcast?
Don't say use him.
What else are they doing?
He is a part of their family, and if they want to include him,
So if they
then why not?
If they want to... Let's listen to it here. Ginge, Cringe and Archie.
I think it's gorgeous.
Really
Absolutely
gorgeous.
gorgeous.
And, of course, a perfect way to protect his privacy.
Listen, Piers Morgan. Just because you sometimes involve your family does not mean that is carte blanche for the media to intrude upon your privacy.
Here's my point.
It's up to them.
Here's my point. No, it's not up to them, and here's why.
Of course it's up to them.
Here's my point. Hear me out. It all comes down to the same thing. Would Spotify have given them £2 if they weren't the Duke and Duchess of Sussex?
Yes, they would still have given them the money. They would because they've got the profile.
They wouldn't have the profile without being members of the royal family.
Right.
They are fleecing their royal titles to make money. You know they are.
If you strip them of their titles, they will still be...
But it won't be...
Harry and Meghan.
Let them go and do their thing as Meghan and Harry.
Yes,
Let them do it.
They will still be popular and they'll still have things to say and people will still want to listen to them.
I'm sorry, we've had this debate many times. It is completely inappropriate for members of the royal family to use their titles to fleece commercial entities in this way.
They haven't done any fleecing. Spotify gave them the money.
Spotify, Netflix,
nefarious going
coffee companies. I mean, they're out there.
Are you fleecing ITV? Well, you might be, actually.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. Okay. Yeah, so are you. And the moment the ratings dip, we'll be fleeced out of here faster than we can blink. But here's my point. I'm not using royal titles to make the money. They don't want to do any of the duty that goes with being a member of the royal family. The Queen, I'm sorry, I said this a year ago when they first started. I said, here's the problem. They can go off and be Hollywood stars, but they can't use the royal titles. And nothing has happened since to change my mind. Meghan clearly wants to make them fabulously rich. Not a problem.
What's wrong with that?
Not a problem. She's come in, taken the prince, taken him to Hollywood, now using the titles to make millions of pounds.
She has fallen in love with her life partner.
She's fallen in love with what he can bring to her wallet.
You're so cynical.
I want to go and marry Prince Harry next. Seriously, I do. I want to go and marry Prince Harry, have a same-sex marriage.
Why shouldn't...
And then I want to go and live... I want to go and live with him at my Hollywood home. Live with him at my Hollywood home and then start doing $100 million deals everywhere. Whilst being the Duke... I could be Duke of Sussex. I'm from Sussex. I've spent more time in Sussex in my life than they've spent ever.
Is there a point at which you start realising this sounds ridiculous?
No, I think most of our viewers agree with me. I do.
I think if they lost their royal titles, they would still be
as popular. Why don't we see? Why don't we see just how popular they are when
I think that's
good old
probably
Megs
up
and
to
Harry.
the Queen.
Just old Ginge and Cringe.
Not up to
Because at the moment, they are making a mockery of the royal family system. Because the royals, they do their duty, and in return, they get their palaces and the servants and everything, because we respect the fact they do the hard yards on a wet Wednesday in Stoke, an old people's home. That's the deal.
They don't have a palace.
Who?
The Duke and Duchess.
Well, they do. They've got one in Santa Barbara.
That's not paid for by the royals.
No, it's a palace paid for by Spotify and Netflix, who they've only got deals from.
In the same way that you've got a palace in London paid for by ITV and the Mail on Sunday.
It's all my money that I've earned. I'm not getting out of being Duke Morgan of Sussex, am I? Much as I should be. I don't trade off royal titles, and I don't trade off them whilst refusing to do any royal duty.
They would still be earning that money if they weren't royals. They're no longer royals.
If you want to trade off the royal titles, put in the yards in this country as serving members of the royal family. They don't want to do it. Remember, they quit the country for privacy. God, we've hardly heard them shut up ever since. And then they particularly wanted to protect their little boy, who's now the star of their new podcast. It is all complete hogwash. And by the way, Susanna, you can keep banging their drum. I'm telling you, our viewers are not stupid, and they see right through this.
I've never suggested our viewers are stupid.
Let's do a poll. Let's do a poll. Should Meghan and Harry be stripped of their royal titles? Should the Queen strip Meghan and Harry of their royal titles that they are so shamelessly using to make hundreds of millions of dollars? Yes or no? You watch the way that poll goes. Everyone agreeing with me, obviously. Totally agree with you about Ginge and Cringe. So does everyone I know. Says Carol Leslie, I think her name is. You're 100% correct. Yeah, everyone agree. We'll do the poll.
Sorry, that was 2 people.
Let's do the poll.
OK.
We're doing the poll yet? Yeah.
It's 1,000
votes already.
On the poll, right.
How many say yes?
What was the type?
85% of our viewers.
So 15% do not agree with you.
There we are.
So when you say everyone agrees with you, you're wrong.
Yeah. We actually left the European Union with 52%, just to let you know. So these things do have an effect. Yeah, no problem. Go off and do any number of commercial deals.
48% of people...
You just can't... It's going up. Literally, as I look at it, it's going up. Listen, everyone agrees with me about this. Honestly, as always, everyone agrees with me. Nobody thinks Ginge and Cringe should keep their titles. The new title should be Ginge and Cringe. No, Ginge and Cringe Productions.
Piers Morgan, you have literally changed the terms of the debate. I said if they were stripped of their royal titles, they would still be able to go out and make themselves money.
Let's see.
And that would be legitimate.
I said, let's see. Let's see.
I don't have a problem with them going out and making money.
Let's see.
You do.
Why don't we test the theory? Off you go. But you're not doing it as Duke and Duchess of Sussex anymore because you don't want to do the duty. And that's the deal if you're a member of the royal family. And my loyalty is to the Queen, to Prince Charles and Camilla, to the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, because they've all putting the yards in this country.
Why don't you leave
in our toughest year of my lifetime? Then? It's been the royals here that have been the ones that have put the yards in. They're the ones I care about and the future of the monarchy here, not in Santa Barbara.
You seem to care quite a lot.
Happy New Year!
Just like to say...
Happy New Year, everybody!
You're losing support on the poll.
New Year.
Going down.
Please don't invade my privacy. Happy New Year! Is this enough Spotify? Can I go back to bed now? I'm only 2 years old. Let me go back to bed. Have I put
my... he's a cutie.
He's a little cutie. Nothing against Archie. I feel sorry for him. Poor little kid. He possibly wants to play with his rattle. No. You got to come out and you got to do Spotify.